First verse I'm going to read is 13, where it says, "Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh." Then I'm going to the first verse. Amen? Amen. Wait a minute. I got to go back. "Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh." Then I got to go to 1. "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. And they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. I say once again, Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. 5 is the number of abundance. Amen? Amen. So in other words, it's abundance of them were wise, and abundance were foolish. Mm-hmm. Amen? Mm-hmm. So that means a whole lot of them were wise, and a whole lot of them were foolish. Right. Then it says, Then the foolish took their lamp and took no oil with them. Now I kept looking at this word lamp. Amen? This lamp doesn't necessarily mean that it's giving off light. Amen? And it could be a device that produces light or heat. Amen? Mm-hmm. Then you think about, they took their lamps. Make sure you're looking at it. They took their lamps. Mm-hmm. Didn't say nothing about that they took the light. Mm-hmm. They took the lamp. Okay. Amen? All right. Now that lamp can represent all your junk. Mm-hmm. Because as I said, a lot of people think lamps give light. All lamps don't give light. Mm-hmm. We may look at ourselves and think that we're lamps, always giving off light. Okay. Look at your life. Are you giving off light? Right. You may know something about Jesus, but are you giving off light? All right. Can they see the light? Amen? Right. You may know a whole bunch about Jesus. You know this Bible color to color. But are you giving off light? All right. Come on. Amen? Right. And then there's 2 different kinds of light. Right. Amen? Because Satan is the angel of light. Amen? Mm-hmm. Blinding light. Are you giving off so much blinding light that they can't see Jesus? Mm-hmm. Amen? Right. You know how many of us want people to see us and not see Jesus? Right. Okay, come on. Because we think we're better than Jesus. Ain't nobody, everybody in here going, I don't think I'm better than Jesus. Yes, you do. Right. I know I do. All right. Mm-hmm. Amen? I'm thinking for myself. There are times when you even want people to pat us on the back. Okay. For what we did for them. But in our actuality, we did nothing for them. Jesus did it through us. Okay, come on. Amen? We did nothing. Because if we really did it, it wouldn't have got done, number 1. Okay? And us being as such selfish as we are, we wouldn't have did it. We wouldn't have did it because we would have felt as though, oh no, I'm not giving, I can't give her my dollar. What? That's my dollar. Then think about the fact that you got the dollar from God. Right. And it's actually his dollar. We cheat with our money. You ever notice how cheap we are with our money that God gave us? When it comes time to put something in church, we be walking through the aisle all big, bright, and bold, knowing that we just got our check yesterday with our dollar in our hand. Amen. And we will walk through like this with the dollar. So everybody can see me put that dollar in church. Amen. But we'll pay $25 and take it to the steak store. Come on now. All right.
Popping bottles.
All I got for church is $1. I got 25 for the steak store. I got more for the enemy than I got for the giver. Amen?
Amen.
Who? Your lamp. That's part of the stuff that's in your lamp. That's not giving off light.
Okay.
Amen? Your selfishness. That's in your lamp. Your attitude. Excuse me. Your bad attitude.
Okay.
That's in your lamp. We're carrying a whole bunch of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you pay attention, as I get further and further down in this, the phrase said 5 of them were wise. In other words, 5 of them actually had a little bit of sense. Some of them had wise looks up as marked by deep understanding, keen discernment, and a capacity for sound judgment, and exercising sound judgment. Amen? Foolish is lacking in sense, judgment, or discretion. Absurd. That's my favorite word in this. Absurd.
Absurd, exactly.
Then ridiculous, insignificant, and trifling. Amen? So in other words, the wise, they knew that they had a destination to get to.
Okay.
The foolish knew they had a destination to get to. But to them, it was lacking in sense.
Right. Okay.
It was absurd.
Okay.
It was ridiculous.
Right.
It was insignificant.
Okay.
And the main part about all this is that they trifling.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's trifling when you don't go in this word for yourself. It's trifling when you don't study the word for yourself. It's really trifling when you done read it, you done studied it, and you don't do it.
Go ahead.
Amen? Foolish. Wise. That means I'm going to keep on going in the word. Because in order for me to actually have this keen discernment, I need Jesus Christ to have keen discernment. And you understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, I won't be able to discern nothing. You ever notice how good and gullible we are?
Yeah.
Like the Lord, the sheep are, he calls us sheep because we dumb as the day is long. Amen? Do you ever notice how we're lacking in sense a lot of times? A lot of the stuff that we do makes absolutely no sense.
Right on.
And you know how we know it don't make sense? Because somebody will tell you it don't make sense, and you try to make sense out of the fact that you know it don't make sense. Amen? Now, don't ask me to say that again. Okay? We're lacking in sense. We're lacking in sound judgment. We're lacking in discretion. But we're not lacking in being ridiculous.
Okay, come on.
And then we're not lacking in being trifling. How many of us, and the enemy is slick, and he said he's a beast. Amen? How many of us all week long can't wait to get to church on Sunday? Can't wait. Because I know I'm going to hear me a word, even though you got the Bible right here with you, and you can hear a word all week long. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to hear me a word on Sunday. Sunday morning. I ain't never been so tired in my life. Oh my God. Whew. God know my heart though. And he know that your heart is lacking in sense.
All right, huh? No.
It's ridiculous.
Man.
It's absurd.
Answer.
And it's trifling.
Man.
Amen?
Yeah.
Amen.